Alrighty guys, so Beyond the Blue special event at Le Mans, and apparently if you enter this race over the weekend, you get a free entry into a draw for a trip to the Alpine F1 factory, something like that. So this should be a good event, and I suppose reason for people to get involved. So I'm going to take the hypercar for this one. Was going to take the P2, but I'd done the P2 race a little bit earlier, and yeah, just wasn't really feeling it, to be honest. So yeah, let's go for it. Alrighty, sorting out all the things. Alrighty, so should be good to go. So in terms of the grid, so you can see there we've got a good mix of hypercars and P2s. So yeah, it should be an interesting one through multi-class.
5 minutes to go, 5 minutes
so
left.
yeah, looking forward to this. 100 minutes. I've done a bit of practice on this car last night, and yeah, it wasn't really getting on too well with it, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, let's see what I can do. Like an event like this, really, I'm just trying to, you know, finish and get a solid result in. But yeah, let's see how it goes.
Car approaching, watch mirrors. Sector 1, yellow flag. Incidents in Sector 2, yellow flag. Sector 1 is green. Green flag in Sector 2. Your brakes are cold. Be careful. Sector 1 is yellow. We can see Carroll has gone off in Dunlop chicane. Sector 2 is yellow. Green flag in Sector 1.
Sound of that is absolutely something else. Bit of understeer with the heavy fuel load on this particular setup. I don't know why the profile keeps resetting to the Union Jack flag. British flag. I think that's an issue that a lot of people are having. I'm seeing it on the forums. Couldn't tell from the accent, I'm actually Irish, so yeah, I don't know why the flag keeps getting reset. And I do change it in the profile menu, so I don't know whether it's just a game thing or what.
Sector 3 is yellow. Sector 3 is green.
Bit of a lock up, bit of a slide. Rather do it on practice than in the race.
Incident in Sector 3. Sector 3 is yellow. It looks like Zep has stacked it in Porsche Curves. Yellow flag in Sector 1. Green flag in Sector 3. Green flag in Sector 1. That's 2 minutes left. 2 minutes. Yellow flag. Caution.
Okay, the brake bias is a little bit...
Sector 3 is clear. Green flag.
A little bit too rearward.
Incident in Sector 1. Yellow flag. Yellow flag Sector 3.
Yeah, that's alright.
We think that Chevalier has binned it.
So, what I'm noticing and why I'm pushing that hard through the corners, what I'm noticing, the tyre has less than what the chassis has to offer. Like, it's quite interesting. It's definitely like a weakness of downforce at the rear of the car, I think, compared to what you know what you would think it might be. But that's just something to be aware of. Like, it's not a problem as such. It's just something to be aware of, like I said. Right, so we'll be jumping into qualify now any moment. Yeah, alright. I think the setup feels pretty good, like a little bit loose on the rear, a little bit not as planted as
That's the end of the session.
what I'm used to in the in my usual Ferrari, like, but yeah, I'm sure it's just you know, getting used to a different car, of course, so factor that into account as well. Alright. We should be going to qualify now any moment. Yeah, so currently that's how everything is looking. Yeah, good mix of people on the grid. Yeah, looking forward to this one actually. I haven't done like a special event in a while, so yeah, looking forward to getting into this.
Locking disabled.
Alright, let's go for it. Let's 14 minutes of qualifying, so actually, you know what, let me change the fuel, because we want to maybe get a couple of laps in. So, car setup powertrain, let's increase the fuel carried. Yeah, let's go with that.
Locking disabled.
4 laps, so 1 out lap and possibly 3 fast laps. Do a bit of saving on the out lap.
Your exit's clear. Don't cross the white line. Disengage limiter. Okay, Gary, we've got 14 minutes to get a decent lap in. We need to get some heat into these brakes.
lighting effects here are brilliant. It's just like sunlight reflecting off the road. Everything on ultra, of course. Well, hopefully it's a clean race. Right, let's go.
Alright Gary, 10 minutes to go. That's 10 minutes left. On your right. You are clear on the right.
Okay, good news is I've had the fastest middle sector so far.
That's a new fastest lap for Johan, 3:30.1 seconds.
And we have a crash of some kind. What the fuck?
New fastest lap for Clement, 3:27.8.
I have... What the fuck's that happening here? Oh my god.
The guy ahead's lap time is 3:32.
What has happened? I have... Looks like I have all I can see is the pause menu, like. But yeah, on the stream, for fuck's sake. So I can see the stream seems to have frozen. So
It's just a scratch. Ignore it.
on the stream, you're seeing the car. On my screen, I'm seeing the actual standings, like the timing screen. So I've not. Oh man. One second. So yeah, I don't know what to do.
Okay, Gary, you picked up some minor aero damage.
Yeah, I'm out of ideas, guys. So yeah, the stream is showing like the car frozen with the steering wheel turned to the left. What I'm seeing on my screen. Don't know if I can show it here. Don't know if it will show. Yeah, but all I'm seeing is yeah, it's basically the just the pit menu, like with the timing standings. So it's like a screen within a screen. What the fuck is that happening? Oh man, this is so annoying. Don't know, guys, whether we'll be able to do anything here or not. But don't know how to.
Five minutes remaining. 5 minutes left.
Yeah, like the game is completely unresponsive for me as well. So let me. Fuck how I did this. I'm gonna have to close LMU. Yeah. Oh man, this is ridiculous. Back into LMU then.
That's the end of the session. B17.
Right, let's hope that. Right, let's go back in online. Jump straight back into the race. Qualifying is still on, so I should be able to get back into the race, I hope. On Le Bleu. Fine event. Right, let's yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, the frustration is real. You know, everything has been stable on my machine. Like, I've turned off all of the overclocks. I've put the BIOS on the motherboard back to Intel defaults. Although I've never had a freeze like that before. Excuse me, where the car is you know, stuck with the steering wheel a particular way. And then you know what I'm saying then on my screen is the actual pause menu. Where on stream it seems to have just, you know, kept the car itself. So yeah, don't know what's going on with that. Percent loaded. Let's go. Come on. I don't even think I'll get a qualifying lap. No, I won't. It's too late. All right. Starting down the back of. Fuck's sake. Very back of the grid. Oh my god. Frustrating. Very, very frustrating. Alright, this is what it is. Yeah, so here's how everything is at the moment. Yes, you've got yeah, all the hypers have qualified. I am dead last at the moment because I haven't obviously registered even one lap. So yeah, it's entirely possible this could crash again.
Just 2 minutes left. 2 minutes to go.
What I'll do just before we kick off, we'll just run to the bathroom real quick. Hopefully we have no more issues. So yeah, I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Air temps rising. It's now 26 Celsius. That's the end of the session. P17.
Alrighty. Right guys, so what do we reckon? Is it going to crash again during this race or not? Who knows? Let me just it's a lot smaller. Get that off the screen, in fact. There's that preview. Grand. Yeah, so hopefully we don't run into any more issues. But yeah, it's not looking good. Like, I mean, not able to qualify for this race. Yeah, let's see. It's a shame, really. Ended up getting into split 1, which is cool, but I'm gonna lose a lot of driver rating over that qualifying session, I'm sure. And then if the game crashes, then yeah, same shit again. I raced this guy about 4 hours ago or so, I think, or 3 hours ago at Fuji. It's also in a P2. You know, the positives of me starting at the back could be that I avoid all the crap, so it's not all bad, I don't think. Would actually be a good thing. Just hope the game doesn't freeze up. One thing I will say from my practice lap stuff done here, the this car through the Porsche Curves and stuff is quite a handful. Like, okay, he's backed out, I think, has he? Ooh, there we go. Lovely. Yeah, she'll do that. That is the last car on track. Everyone else has finished their quali, so should be good to go. Yeah, I am last, 33rd. Righty, so let's have a look at how everyone's starting. So there's the grid. People obviously changed onto medium tyres. Someone might go hard, in fact. This is going to be an interesting one. Like I say, a bit annoyed that I didn't get to qualify, but I think on balance it could be a good thing because, yeah, I mean, I'm guessing the start of this race is going to be a bit dodgy. Like, I mean, usually with special events it attracts everybody. They want to take part. So, yeah, I'm acutely aware that usually when that starts happening that we get a lot of people. Anyway, let's jump ahead. Let's start the race.
Logging disabled.
LMU, there's a bit of news over the last 24 hours with Motorsport Games apparently going for sale. Which could be a good thing, I think, on balance. Anyone that's looked at their financials will know that things are not rosy. So, you know, maybe Studio 397 gets spun off, which can happen, you know, like, I mean, it's not unheard of to hear of a parent company spinning off a subsidiary that's profitable, because that will make money, and then whatever debt and stuff is left in Motorsport Games will just be you know, written off, liquidated, whatever. That's likely what's going to happen. Well, I say likely.
Formation lap has started.
You know, the latest round of layoffs, it's possible that the operating margin of the company comes back into line. And LMU, like, it is improving. Like, the dev team are doing a lot of good work. Still a few issues, but huge improvements. Now, I did have a game crash here, of course, right, but by the same token, like, I am streaming, and like, so maybe there's a bit of extra load on the system. And worth noting that the new public beta branch they put up, like, has stopped the stuttering for pretty much everyone that you know, has tried it, that I'm aware of, including myself. So yeah, progress is being made. Progress is being made. Slowly but surely. Oh, and already we have contact. Yeah, you know, I'm just gonna sit at the back. I'm not even gonna get into all of this because, you know, you just know. You know when you know. It's gonna be a fucking mess, like. Yeah, it's gonna be a mess. Yeah, this is one, guys, I'm gonna happily just sit back and let whatever happens happens. The universe will decide who lives and who dies. I'm just gonna sit at the back and watch it all, hopefully. Unless, of course, I get caught up innocently.
Go. On your right, the right side's clear.
Here we go, one spinner.
Yellow flag. Far left. Left side's clear. We think Stefan has crashed in Dunlop chicane. Sector 1 is green.
You know, it's cleaner than I thought it would. No, it's not. There we go. Fucking hell, boys. Jesus Christ. Fucking...
Car right. Yellow flag. Keep your line. big mess. Tetra Rouge.
Near right.
Forget about that. It'll probably just polish out.
Right side.
Yeah, I had more hope for everybody, but what can you do? Fuck. Don't like that, don't like that.
Two's green.
Have at it, boys, have at it. No need to be weaving 4 times into the braking area, boys.
Yellow flag.
Another spinner.
We think that's Rose has binned it. Flag station chicane.
It's gone on your right.
Green flag in sector 2.
Clear on the right.
I started 33rd, I'm in 16th at the moment, overall. Or in the class, rather. Ooh, little bit outbreaking myself. Shit. Forgot I had full fuel on. My bad. Yeah, crowd control, man. I'll tell you, it's
Yellow flag.
you know, the first couple of corners I was hopeful. I thought, yeah, we're going to get through without much
Sector 2. Green
incident, and
sector
then
3.
Tetra Rouge just
It looks
claimed
like
half the grid.
Yeah, has binned it.
Left side's clear. Left side. Clear left.
There we go.
Flag.
Another 2 people off.
Green flag sector 3. I think P5's gone off.
The steering feels a little bit to the left. I don't know if I had a bit of an impact back there or not. Coming through Tetra Rouge, trying to avoid a... well, not really trying to avoid a car, just the car was there. There's no damage on the car, though. The steering wheel just appeared to be off a tiny bit.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Yeah, it is off. There's no damage shown on the car, though, so...
It's gone off in Porsche Curves.
Oh, there we go. Oh, fuck. Holy shit, man. Yeah, these hypercars are tricky, like, you know, they give you a false sense of security because the chassis and the downforce is capable of more than what the tyre is capable of when you have fuel on board and, you know, shit like that. And you have to kind of be aware of that. And, yeah, it can catch you out, like.
Sector 3 is clear.
What damage have I got on the car?
Acknowledged. Pit stop requested. P13. Sebastian behind is pitting.
Yeah, I've definitely got some damage on the car. The steering is slightly off centre, but I don't know if it's impacting me too much at the moment.
The pit crew is ready. Acknowledged. Pit request cancelled. Incident in sector 3. Sector 3 is yellow.
P2s are pretty quick, aren't they? No man, 3090.
Alright. Right side's clear.
Triple 1080p screens, 3090 processors, i9 12900K,
Okay, the next car is red.
and 64 gigs of DDR5 RAM. So the machine is about 2 years old-ish, 2.5 years old. Probably near 3 years old, in fact. But I know when I got the PC built, it was like, for the time, it was like the top spec basically. So, but yeah, I mean the PSU like will take a 4090 if I do go that road, or else I might wait for the 50 series. It'll be probably Q1 Q2 of next year, Q1 of next year, I think it is, supposedly. But yeah, with the 3090, I'm able to get like with 1080p screens, like what am I getting now? 150 frames per second. And if it's just me on track, I'll get like usually about 165 screen limited, of course. There's someone going the wrong way, boy. Track is this way, lad.
Green flag in sector 3.
Yeah, you know, through this corner, like the car is capable of more, but the tyre just is not.
Yellow flag. We think Hummer has gone off in Indianapolis. The leader has just done 3:28.5 seconds. Sector 3 is now clear. Heads up, there's a car exiting the pits. P11.
They're making up good positions here. I think, like with some people spinning off and taking a bit of damage. I think. Ooh, whoa, whoa, whoa. I don't know how bad that whatever steering damage I have. Like, I don't know how bad it actually is. It doesn't seem to tell me anywhere. Even on my second monitor app, like usually it will tell me like the percentage of damage on the body and stuff, but it's not telling me anything about the suspension damage. I don't know if that's
The car in front is a lap behind.
yeah, be worth it when it comes, man. The Moza R5 looks like a very good wheelbase. I was looking at some of the Moza stuff. Like, the reason being is I'm just kind of getting a bit, you know, I won't say bored. Well, yeah, kind of bored of fans. Like, you know, some of the steering wheels that other brands have access to, like using the SimHub plugins and stuff, are really cool. You know, like on the wheel display. And while it's true you don't look at the wheel display when you're driving, right? Like when I'm driving, I just get the LED lights on the top of my vision here. But yeah, you don't really look at it too much. Just realised the wheel is running the incorrect profile as well, so I might try to change that on the next lap. I won't do it here. I'll do it on on the Mulsanne Straight or something. Yeah, it'll be worth it when the wheel gets started, man. It'll be really cool. Like Moza and some of the other brands, like they have more
Coming up on a slower car.
options, I think, compared to Fanatec. You know, and I'm saying that as a Fanatec user. I just think Fanatec for too long have just, you know, haven't innovated like with new stuff that was meaningful. I mean, like what they brought out, you know, the M4 or the GT3 wheel for the BMW car, like that was cool, but you know, as a steering wheel for a sim racer, and you know, when you think of sim racing, like we all like our data displays, dashboards, and all of the information we can get, and a wheel such as that has no option for any of that. And then you think, okay, well, they're bringing out the Bentley wheel, which you know, supposedly is going to have like this thing in the middle, little screen or whatever. And you think, well, okay, like what information can I get onto that that's, you know, easy to consume? Like how big will it be and that sort of thing.
We think that Gatton has gone off in Porsche Curves. Sector 3
yeah,
is
I just
green.
don't think they. I think it's too little, too late, to be honest, for
Sector
Fanatec.
3 is
Car on your left.
I think the current stuff they have out and the current customer base, I think is fine. Like they're already in the ecosystem, but yeah, like even I have to be honest, like even I've considered like leaving that ecosystem just because there's nicer options elsewhere, in my opinion. Let's try and change this Fanatec profile and hope we don't die. That's skill. Changing the profile while driving. Interestingly, the tyres are getting quite toasty. Even going in a straight line, just looking at the second monitor up there, you can see down the bottom left the tyre widget, and a lot of that is just down to the obviously the downforce getting pushed into the tyre at high speed. That's one thing I noticed. Like even going in a straight line,
has gone off
they
in
are
Lake Station
they're
chicane.
heating up.
Sector 1 is yellow. Sector 1 is clear. Yellow flag.
Yeah, I think I'm noticing like a lack of turning on the front a little bit, and that's just down to the tyres getting absolutely roasted. Everyone's running mediums, just one guy's running
Sector 3 is
softs
now
in front
clear.
of us. I think he's like 2 or 3 cars in front, something like that. And yeah, I think softs, when they overheat, and I experienced this last week, they do start to feel a bit,
Green flag, sector 2.
you know, a bit floaty.
Yellow flag, keep your wits about you, mate. It looks like T-Bore has crashed in Dunlop chicane.
Yeah, I haven't played AMS2 in a little while. Well, I played it like last week in the beta branch, just to kind of see what was coming down the line, like, and it does look good. Like, I mean, and the cars do handle well. Like one criticism I had of AMS2 was the front end of the cars had almost like an endless supply of grip, and then the back would just like fishtail around the front with grip, so it was like you could slide easily, and also the front was like you know, too forgiving. Like, I mean, you could turn in and it would just grip for days. Like, where I think with LMU, for example, like the front end like does have a limit of grip. So does the rear, of course. And if you step over that limit, you get punished. But the new update, like certainly in the beta testing branch of AMS2, definitely feels a lot more normal, a lot more dynamic. Like they behave similar to how they'd behave in like LMU and or Factor 2 and stuff like that. Like more realistic in that sense. Somebody without a wing. Yeah, AMS2 I think need a direction quickly. Like, you know, they keep dropping this, you know, random content, and don't get me wrong, like it's fun, you know, like you've got a load of different Formula 1 cars, a load of different like old school touring cars, and now you've got prototypes and IMSA and old formulas and vintage formulas and trucks, and you know, you just got everything, right? And there's no focus. So like, is it trying to be like another Assetto Corsa kind of thing where there's no focus on esport and it mainly will exist maybe as a single player type game with a couple of public lobbies? Or, you know, when you look at other games, like, I mean, take I mean, let's just compare it to LMU because that's what we're in here, right? But if you compare it to LMU, there's another one dead.
Coming up on a slower class car.
Boom. But yeah, if you compare it to LMU, like, at least, you know, despite the game having a few teething issues at the start and you know, the guys are still getting through bugs, at least the direction is clear.
Sector 3 is clear.
You know, this is going to be mainly focused on esports, I think, and they want to allow like offline co-op play, so that the playing with other people as a statement is already getting baked into LMU from the outset. They're clear on that, so immediately you know, right, well, it's not going to be aimed at single player. They are focused on multiplayer, whether that is actively live online or whether it's a co-op against AI, which was that new co-op thing they released the other week. So, you know, and that's the thing. And like, when you look at then Kunos, for example, with ACC, the direction was clear again. It was like, this is purely a GT simulator, that's all we're going to focus on. And you know, given that the focus was clear and the online thing kind of, you know, took off, then they said, right, well, this is now going to be an esport title, and they went extreme on that by actually having that game like being played at the actual real life GT races for actual championship points. So again, that was a game that had a clear direction. But AMS2, I don't think it has. But the move into the testing with LFM, I think, will be a good thing.
Still with you.
Sector 3.
Clear right.
Good move, mate. It looks like Palmer has stacked it in Porsche Curves. We've been warned about track limits. Green flag, Sector 2. Green flag, Sector 3. Sector 3 is yellow. We can see Palmer has gone off. Sector 3 is clear, green flag. Slower class car ahead. Incident in Sector 3. Sector 3 is yellow.
See some smoke up ahead.
Chevalier and Murphy have gone off in Indianapolis. Green flag, second.
Car on your left. Clear on the left.
His front right wheel looks to be pointing the wrong direction.
left side. You're clear on the left.
Yeah, the front end is starting to be the limiting factor here. But the tyres are hot, so...
Okay, Gary, you've used half your fuel. E7.
Yeah, it's the endurance thing is what really gets the whole esport thing. And you have to remember, right, so like people will say, and developers, or you know, they'll say the loudest, like, oh, like online esport is just a small part of the game, right, in terms of player base, and no one is going to, oh, there's somebody else gone. No one's going to dispute that, but you have to remember, so if you have, let's say, 200 players, for every 200 players, you might have maybe 10 esport players, right? But those 10 esport players, if you enable them to race online live against each other the way they do in ACC and stuff, what happens then is they start streaming more, they start getting sponsorships, leagues pop up, leagues start getting sponsored, and from a game developer perspective, this is basically free advertising. You know, like it's, you know, it's simple to kind of comprehend, like if they make that move, and the same for any game, by the way. So you take like who's the top streamers on LMU, like probably like Mishi Hire and whatever. So you can imagine like Mishi and a few of his like teammates or whatever doing a race. I mean, the amount of views that's going to get, and you know, Studio 397 benefit directly. So the online thing is not necessarily for the players, or it's not necessarily for the game's sake, it's for the advertising that it can bring. And it's cool to have as well, of course. Yeah, the mid-session save as well needs to certainly come on board. And I think if AMS2, for example, was to implement all of that correctly, and they have the IMSA series, that could potentially be a direct challenge on like people watching the iRacing IMSA series, because you know AMS2 will start to get noticed slowly, and if they have a proper online system, if the LMU thing works out, then you know, who knows where that could lead. Shit. Don't lock up, Gary, don't hit the ball, don't do all of that. Yay. Yeah, I know people will get on there kind of iRacing high horse, like I have an iRacing sub, and like I'm only there because of the competition system. Like the graphics are crap. Well, they're not crap, they're just not good, they're not great. And the physics is just
ret error, 3,
weird.
28.1 seconds.
You have this tyre model where if you end up heating up the tyre, or overheating the tyre momentarily, that tyre just becomes like ice, and it's overdone, like. And then the force feedback and the physics, the outer physics loop is like 60 Hertz or something, so you know, while the game is calculating everything at like thousands of hertz or hundreds or whatever, what actually gets to the player is only 60 hertz. So you can have all of the calculations in the world, but if it's not getting to you as a driver,
Focus, keep it
what's the point? You're just taking up CPU resources and not doing anything with it. So yeah, I mean, it's I think that's actually one game that could be taken off its perch pretty quickly, and I do think LMU is in the prime position to do it with its competition system, and if it gets everything else ironed out, and then AMS2 will be playing catch up yet again, I think.
Right side. Near right.
3.7 seconds up the road is the next car.
Sector 3 is now yellow. It looks like Hummer has crashed. Sector 3 is clear.
Yeah, I agree. If iRacing get it, that's not good for sim racing as a whole. Like, what annoys me about iRacing is, like, they have this subscription model, then you have to pay to what they call license the content. And, you know, for all of the money that they obviously get every month from all of the paying members, to have the game that we currently have is just not...
Coming up on a slower class car.
It's not good, like. It should be
Sector 3.
way ahead of where it is. That's why if LMU bring out the subscription model,
Green flag sector 3.
even in an early state for an online competition system, given how more advanced this is compared to iRacing, I'd be probably willing to dabble into it a bit to get Studio 397 out of difficulty. If enough people done it, of course, it would be cool, because then the game would survive. And then an online competition system on a game like this, I mean, it's what sim racing has been after for so many years. iRacing has the online competition system, but not the game, not the physics, not the force feedback. This game has all of that without the competition system, and LMU is in this position of trying to prove itself to the community because of the little bugs that are in the game at the moment, which I understand. But I like what LMU are doing, actually. Like, if they do bring out a subsystem for, let's say, more advanced competitions, while still making it accessible to those who don't like the sub by keeping the daily races and all of that. I think that's the best way to do it. And I do think they're going to have direction. And I think the job layoffs the other day was just an unfortunate reality that while they were, like, well, not wild, like, they still are a public traded company, right, but all public companies tend to bloat their payroll beyond where it should be. And motorsport games, for sure, seem to do that. Like buying licenses and not doing anything with it, buying IndyCar, buying NASCAR, buying BTCC, and getting exclusives on it as well, and paying ridiculous amounts of money and nothing to show for it. Just mismanagement, and it goes to show, like, what was happening in the past. But I think the new CEO, Stephen, appears to have a shit in order. But, you know, the house cleaning is still going on. I'd say it's probably near done now, looking at the financial statements, like, you know. But, yeah, it's always unfortunate. Yeah, this game, I mean, it would be... I don't think it will ever happen where this game is abandoned. Like, I mean, if Motorsport Games, like, is broken up, or, you know, which I don't think it will be. I think a merger will likely happen, and 397 will remain, because that's where the quality is. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. Yeah, like, back to the iRacing thing. I mean, if iRacing got it, can you imagine paying, like, what's it, like, €11 or something plus VAT per car? So you have, like, the Alpine, the Ferrari, the BMW, the Cadillac. You know, I mean, LMU would be, you know, you'd be hundreds of euro or pounds or whatever into an investment. So it goes to show you kind of, like, the money that iRacing have been generating all these years, and you know, in my opinion, the sim that they currently have is just not, you know, it's not good. They clearly don't invest back into the game, in my opinion, in the quantity that you'd expect, given the given the revenue that they get. And you compare that like with like what we see on the LMU Discord, like where some of the guys on there, like the motorsport game community managers and stuff, like they're responding to people on weekends, the middle of the night.
The leader, Retera, is pitting.
That's a different class of person, employee, colleague within a company, and it's for that reason that I think, all being said, I think if Studio 397 or Motorsport Games get some financial help or some kind of merger, I think whoever provides that in its current state is going to inherit a very good team of people with a great platform in LMU.
Sector 3 is now clear. Fastest lap time was 3:30.2 seconds. Yellow flag in sector 3. The track temperature is falling. It's now 35 Celsius. On your left. You're on the left.
Hey Jonas. Yeah, you should, man. I done like 40 minutes of practice last night, or maybe an hour or so, and I think I got one full lap in. The rest of them was just sticking her into the wall. So, I almost considered like not doing this, but then I thought, I'll jump in and just dial everything back by 5 or 10% and survive basically. And so far it's working. So I think with 30 minutes of practice or so, you'll be fine. Just, aim about being consistent and not fast, if you get me. No need to push too much. I am losing a lot of braking performance into that corner. Yeah, I think you'll be fine, man. Just, like I say, just dial it back 5%, 10%, and don't absolutely push, because these cars, when they let go, they usually let go on the Porsche Curves or something, somewhere where it's going to be an end of race, situation. See me, like what I'm doing, I'm backing right off, well within the limit of the tyre. Just not worth the risk. Like I'm not pushing. I'm just leaning on the car, but in a consistent way. And wherever the lap time is, the lap time is. If opportunities come later where we start to fight people, then we'll push. But at this stage, I think there's still more mistakes to be made by people.
Very little fuel left. Box this lap, please, Gary. Okay, pit stop requested. E4.
Grip on the front is certainly taking a hit. I don't think so. Like what I done is I configured the pit stop while on the grid. But thankfully, like with this track,
Cut the track. Keep it nice and tidy.
yeah, I don't think you can do it from the pit menu. If I remember correctly, like I did do a quick configuration while on the grid. I must check that out though. I did send a few suggestions to the guys at 397 to you know, make a couple of UI changes for the pit menu. One of them was to be able to have the box down the bottom left to be dynamic. See here. So I don't want to have to scroll further down, right? I think if they make this narrower and taller, so it goes up the pillar of the car, or shows like a lot of things, so you can see where everything is, because there's like what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 7 menus in your MFD, and all of them have scrollable items, and if you're not like absolutely familiar where everything is, it's very confusing. So my advice to them was you know, like see the current one, I mean there's big gaps between the text on the left and the number on the right, so I thought, well, let's bring that together and extend upward so that people can actually see what they're changing, you know.
When we exit the pits, we should be in P8 behind Johan. We're running on fumes, mate. In this lap, box this lap.
I'm going to try hards and try to double stint them. This will probably be a shit decision.
Slower class car ahead.
Oh.
We think Hummer has binned it in Indianapolis. Sector 3 is green.
They're doubled, oh shit. Sometimes just a little bit of maintenance throttle through those corners is useful. Just to lock the diff.
That's clear.
Piana in front is pitting.
Right, so let's try this. Double stint the tyre. Will it work?
Go, go!
Right, all repairs, and hopefully this straightens out the steering wheel. And yeah, I agree, Jonas. That was the feedback I gave to Dan in the Discord. Was there's too much real estate between the text on the left and the text on the right. Like, it can be dynamic. Like if you're familiar with ACC, for example. That can be dynamic. And see this tyre widget, like the temperatures. What I said, or what I suggested was, why not take those numbers and bring them over to the tyre widget on the right between the rev counter and stuff. You know, have smaller text or something, or you know, something like that, and free up the scrollable menu. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, they can definitely improve on it, I think, for sure. For sure. 28 seconds of damage. Fuck. That's a pain. I think it's worth getting it fixed out. Yeah, steering wheel is straight. Let's see what difference this makes.
Exit looks clear. Your brakes are cold, take it easy.
And there we have a game crash. And the steering wheel wants to go left, 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 left. Fuck. Oh well. Game El Crasho. Yeah. You know, this is you know, I don't know if it's because I've been streaming or not. The game in general has been a lot more stable for me over the last week since taking off the overclock off the well, I didn't have an overclock on the CPU. The motherboard I have is an Asus ROG gaming motherboard or something, and it does this AI overclock where it says like, oh, we'll put an overclock on and we'll have it safe and whatever else. But it was doing like short boosts of the CPU up to 5.4 gigahertz or something, and like the stock I think is like 5 or 5.1, but that extra couple was just killing the games and crashing the games. Yeah, no. The ad breaks shouldn't be on the live stream. I hate the way YouTube do that. I must actually turn them off, in fact, for live streams completely, because like it's there's no money in it, like, you know, it's no benefit. If I was getting hundreds per month from YouTube, I'd say fair enough, but like $10 or something, like, I mean, it's not worth. I mean, that's the thing I'll say, right? Most YouTubers, just while we're on the topic of this, it's done from a hobby perspective. I would imagine like you'd need tens of thousands of subscribers and stuff to have any sort of meaningful, you know, if it was your full-time job or something. But I mean, yeah, just turn the ads off actually for live streams completely. That's a pain. Yeah, alright guys, I don't know what to do. So, I reckon there's another one of these on later on at like 7:30 or 7 o'clock or something. Might take part in it. If I do, I don't think I'll stream it because it's clearly on pace for pole with those 3-minute 30 laps. Alien speed, man, alien speed. Some of them boys, man, have done like a 325, 326. Like, and you know, when the game first came out, I was doing like 326s myself around Le Mans, and then took about 6 months away from the game, just doing iRacing, doing ovals and stuff. So either the game physics have changed or I've lost a bit of pace. Now in the Ferrari though, I think I'm a little bit quicker because I'm more used to that car. But yeah, in the Alpine, in practice, like last night, the best I managed was a 328 something. So those guys in the 26s, and I even heard of one guy in the 25s. It's like, yeah, that's pretty quick. Yeah, good to know. I mean, it's odd because I'm using OBS to record all of the on stream, right? So when I do recordings, it seems fine. Used to be the other way around. It used to be when I streamed, it was okay and the recording would crash, but now it seems like the stream is actually causing the crash. It's a bit annoying. Yeah, what I'll do, I'll take part in the one later at 7. Probably won't stream it. I just want to see, do I get through it without crashes, right? Because I've had 2 crashes in this streaming session. The first, if anyone was here at the start, was in qualifying, where we had 1 crash, and then the second was just now. So it's entirely possible that it's something with OBS just stressing the system too much. But again, like LMU is not optimized, you know, perfectly. So it goes back to what I was saying earlier about, you know, this whole advertising. You know, like you've got people that stream on YouTube, whether it's their full-time job, whether it's a hobby, like me. I might stream from time to time, and when you have your game crashing constantly, it doesn't look good. Where if they get it stable and everything is, more people see it. Like, anyone looking at this now will think, oh, LMU is bugged to pieces. Like, what I can say is when I'm not streaming, it was fine. So it's likely just some kind of conflict, maybe with OBS or something. I don't know, but yeah. Yeah, Albert, I think that's where it was. They knew I was on pace for the win, and they decided to feed us something or whatever. Something happened. Yeah, lads, nice one for hanging out. Fortunate that this happened. I might dig into it with the devs and see is there settings I can do in OBS that's less. I mean, I'm streaming, and I don't know too much about this, but I'm streaming at like 9,500 kilobits per second. Which is, I would have considered to be quite low. Like I record at like if I'm doing a recording for YouTube, I do it at about 60,000 kilobits per second, something like that. So yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Yeah. Anyway, leave it there, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Again, it's a pity about the game crash. But yeah, I think, like I say, if any of you are doing that race later on at 7 or 7:30, whenever it is, I'll be doing it with buddy Chris. I think he'll be doing it as well. So me and Chris used to do leagues at Amigos and stuff. He still does, by the way. He runs that. So Amigos League. If anyone's doing ACC and stuff and want to do a league, check out Amigos. But yeah, if you're in that later, guys, jump in. I'll be there. Just probably not streaming, just for stability reasons or whatever. But yeah, leave it there, and thanks again. Cheers.